Because Bret Hart hugged Shawn Michaels does not. It sickened me too. Yeah, it did. But okay, here's the thing. Montreal Screw Job, which is actually a really good match. A lot of people think it sucks. I like the match. If you listen to Bret and Shawn talk, they're like, "Oh, we didn't do what we're supposed to do, and we're just like we hate each other, so we're doing this shit." I actually liked the match. I even kind of have grown to like the finish because of the way wrestling changed after it.
That's your problem.
The thing is, me being a huge Bret Hart loyalist before that, afterwards, like coming to grips and realizing what was missed with Bret being on, what 15 years went by?
Something like that.
Him finally coming around and accepting it and moving on in his own life, I really appreciate it. So I thought it was a great moment, him coming on Raw and them like...
And that's where you're wrong. You don't accept shit. You don't get over shit. You hold that shit. You harbor that shit. And when you catch Vince slipping, you beat his ass with a pipe. You catch Shawn Michaels in a market with his... does he have kids? Maybe with his kids and his wife.
Does
and
Shawn
you
have
beat his
kids?
ass. I don't know. I'm just saying. You beat his ass. Make them watch.
No.
Fuck that dude. All right.
No, you gotta grow beyond it.
No.
And it's a shame.
They killed your brother.
Here's
Would
the
you
shit.
get over it?
Here's the
They
shit.
killed your brother.
No.
Both of those fuckers killed your brother. Would you get over it?
No.
Exactly. So
No.
why
I'm
should he
saying
fucking come down there?
they didn't kill Owen.
You said they did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, remember, because Shawn wouldn't lose to fucking Owen, so Owen had to fucking take the back seat and do pussy bullshit like fucking die for Vince and Shawn.
I said that?
You didn't say the die part. I just put that in. But you said other shit. But that's what happened.
Okay. Let me say this.
Fuck it. Go.
Sean. I lost my train of thought.
Well, fine, I'll go with it.
You talk about them killing Owen.
They killed your brother. They disrespected your fucking bloodline. They disrespected your family. What you grew up doing, what you love doing, and you fucking crawl back to get a Hall of Fame spot.
It's not.
You crawl back for a Hall of Fame spot.
I'll make my case. He didn't crawl back for a Hall of Fame spot.
What did he crawl back for? Cause he crawled back.
No, he didn't crawl back. He grew up.
He grew up. What, it took him like 60?
Yes.
He was 60 with gray, and he was on his deathbed basically,
yes.
and nobody wanted him.
Yes. That's the sad part of it, because it took Bret having a stroke for Vince to be like, you know what? Fuck all this, not talking to each other.
Vince done that because he had Bret where he wanted him. Bret had to accept his terms. Bret couldn't do it on his own terms. He had to accept Vince's terms once again when he was forced to leave without the fucking belt like he wanted.
You can have that opinion, but here's what I gotta say.
That's not an opinion, that's fact.
For his life, wrestling has all kinds of screw jobs. They've had them throughout history. He had to get over his ego from at the time where it's like, how dare they not let me, hand the belt over? How dare they try and make me lose in Canada? Yeah, you can hate Shawn Michaels, and you can say if it was anybody else. I mean, hell, if it would have been Austin, he'd have probably dropped the belt to Austin before he left. But the fact that his ego would not allow him to do that, and he allowed it to affect the business. Like the impact from from the Montreal Screw Job was like, Bret's career was effectively over, because WCW, nobody cared. And then the Attitude Era, Vince, see, there's the thing. The WWF was struggling. Vince sacrificed Bret, and basically Bret's career was over. And then Vince's career as a boss heel took off. And then that's how WWF kind of got the upper hand once Austin became the star and Shawn was out of picture. Bret never got over it. Had he gotten over it sooner, he could have come back.
Why would he want to go back?
Because that's what happens in wrestling. People get screwed, they go to WCW, they come back. But his ego, I'm the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. He had to stay away, and then he would have never had his stupid feud with... Like, he would have never gotten killed by Goldberg.
And he would never got hurt.
But that's revisionist history. The thing is, the fact that it took him all those years after to still get over it. Because the thing about Bret that I liked as a kid was he was like, you do stuff for the right reasons and you don't harbor bitterness and envy. Like, even when there was there's a storyline, him and Owen, he's like, brother, jealousy and envy in your heart, that's like bad for you. And after I beat you, and I'm gonna beat you, brother, you're gonna have to deal with it and you're gonna have to live with it. And it was like, Bret couldn't get over his whole they screwed me thing for 15 years. And had he gotten over it sooner, he could have been more involved in the WWFE sooner than later. And so the fact that as an old man, he finally learned rather than going to his grave stubborn and miserable, I appreciated that moment. So I was happy for him. Plus, at the time, you know, his niece and the heart, whatever they tried to do, he got to be a part of them. And it was stupid, and they didn't matter, Tyson Kidd. But stupid hair. But still, like, he got to be a part of that. And so it was like, I was happy for him in that. So I don't hold the hugging Shawn against. Plus, like, Shawn was about to retire.
Shawn basically called him a bitch. And he hugged him for it. Fuck that dude. Alright? Fuck all that sappy shit. Fuck all that forgiveness shit. Like I said, you harbor that shit. Let's start.
Have to have forgiveness.
No, let's start here, Dre. Let's start here. For Shawn and for Vince, to me, it's all about themselves. It's all about money. For Bret, it was something different. It was something. Respect. It was about respect. And Bret was born and raised to do this. Shawn Michaels wasn't born and raised to do that. Vince was fucking handed a fucking company. Was like, here, make it better. But Bret was born and trained.
Shawn had a boyhood dream.
No. Bret's childhood was spent in the fucking dungeon learning to fucking wrestle.
Shawn started young. He still wanted to do it.
It's not the same. It's not the fucking same. Yeah. That's like saying if all of a sudden you fucking play golf and you compare yourself to Tiger Woods, it's not the fucking same thing. That boy's childhood was taken to learn to do this and to love this. And guess what? His enemy took it from him. That's what makes it worse. Not Stone Cold, not The Undertaker, not somebody else. His fucking enemy took it from him. You do not forgive that.
But you.
And then your enemy killed your fucking brother as well?
No,
you don't
he
forgive
didn't.
that shit.
You can't.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
If it was not for Shawn Michaels and his ego,
let me speak on that
would have
point.
never been in that position.
Let me speak on that point, though. If you're undeniable, you're undeniable. I love Owen, but Owen was not a headliner. So, however much they tried to push it, Owen wasn't going to make it like going for the title. So they had to pass him off to Triple H. And Triple H being connected to Shawn gave him some kind of whatever with the fans. And so then they put Owen under Triple H, which sucks all-time perspective. But still, that's where Owen was. Owen was a mid-carder. Like, I had to accept that. And still, for Bret to not forgive, that's just making it his own problem.
No.
Because here's the thing. Bret could have taken the high road. And everybody witnessed it. Like, the whole reason it's anything is because everybody witnessed it. And everybody's like, oh man, this is like outside of the storyline.
This dude had a fucking meltdown because how much it meant to him.
But if you allow other people to affect you in that way, and
he didn't have no choice. They done it to him. He didn't fucking do it to himself. They done it to him. And Shawn Michaels told him, this is your fucking fault. You done it to yourself. Hug me. And he fucking done it. If you want your Hall of Fame spot, accept it was your fucking fault that I screwed you over.
Bret did screw himself.
Here we go. If Bret screwed himself, how do you even respect him? He bitched and whined for something he caused himself, but you still respect him
because I respect that he finally accepted that he did. Because here's the thing, Bret was too concerned, and this is going into like WrestleMania 12. Bret was too concerned with the fact that he was losing his fans to somebody who was more charismatic than him and who was better performing in the ring than him. Shawn! The fuck? Look. I like Bret more.
What the fuck are you talking
Bret could not get past the fact that he wasn't the best.
At what? At that point,
At everything. Shawn.
Neither Shawn.
He was.
No, he wasn't.
Okay, look.
Shawn has never been the best at any fucking thing. Besides sucking Vince or something.
Okay, look.
That's it.
Look. I'm just trying to point out my opinion of Bret's perspective. Bret could not accept that. Had Bret realized that there were people that saw it and still respected him more, despite how popular Shawn was, despite how much the women loved him, because Shawn appealed to a larger audience. Like, Bret should have just accepted being number two. And then just take whatever, because eventually Shawn is gonna fizzle out. Shawn's gonna let Shawn crash his own car. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in that drama. But he did. He should have just been a good soldier, kept his head down, kept working. But he's like, no, fuck this. I'm gonna take a vacation. No, I'm gonna let Shawn be the number one guy and see if the company fails without him. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna pitch a bitch every time. And then he became known as Crybaby Bret. And then it was like, That's why he had to get humbled by Sid, and then it was like, and then he like,
Hey, Sid humbles everybody, so don't get.
But no, what I'm saying is, had he just been like, okay, I lost the Iron Man match, I'll come back next week on Raw and I'll fight whoever and go into another storyline.
Fuck that.
Because he's missed out on opportunities. Like while Shawn is like fighting Diesel, he could have renewed that thing with Undertaker. It could have been Undertaker beat Bret at Royal Rumble, but then he didn't get the belt because of Kevin Nash. He could have gone to something with Undertaker, and that could have been the undercard main event.
No,
while Shawn's jerking off with Diesel.
You don't undercard to your fucking enemy.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
That's what Dolph Ziggler's doing. Everybody
and he hates it, and Dolph bitches about it all the time because it's the truth.
But everybody knows that Dolph Ziggler is the best. So be
satisfied. Guess what? Dolph isn't satisfied losing the 5 moves of doom all the fucking time, and he says it.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. But you know what? The people know that you're the best, so just be happy with that.
No, it's not.
Bret could not be happy with the people knowing he was the best.
Fuck the people. It's about you. All right? Fuck that shit. Let's put it like this. Let's put it in your perspective.
But see, that's why his career was ruined. That's why his career was ruined.